Hi everybody, video 3. Okay, I've talked about Mariah Carey a couple times, in different situations because I've talked about the fact that she, has a lot of music and I've said happy birthday to her on her birthday. But I've never really talked about her from a financial standpoint. And I think it's important for people to know that no, it's not all about money, but with the level of fame she has a lot of money because she sold a lot of records. And I think it's impressive because she's a female, and up until a certain point, um, females having a lot of capital and a voice, and I don't just mean musically, I mean like power in their career. It was unheard of. Um, So I would say her career lasted from 1990 to 2001 the first time. Then after she had the breakdown and came back, um, uh, her second career started in 2005 up until now. Okay. I'm gonna focus on the highlights, and I'm probably not gonna be able to cover it all because, like I said, she had a career that spans two decades at least. So there's no way to hit everything. But I'm gonna try and hit the high notes. I didn't plan that. I'm sorry, it's a bad pun. Okay. Okay. So, she started her career in 1990. She was 20 years old, 21. Um, because she was born in 1969. So if she started in 1990 and it was past March, she's 21. If not, she was 20. Still young. But as I've said before, she has this 5 octave range, and she always was singing, and plus her mother, Patricia, was a music teacher. So I think it was in her blood. I think it's in her blood. Um, but I remember the first video I ever saw, which was her debut single, of course, but it was Vision of Love, and she was in a black dress, just like a simple cocktail dress, and she belted the song out. I never heard a woman besides Whitney Houston, maybe, who could hit those notes and hold them for a long time. Um, so I was hooked, I was mesmerized, and I was probably the only 8-year old who had a Mariah Carey CD. Because I think, like most people, you ran out and got it, and or you begged somebody, could you give it? Could you get it from? So, and then she went on to do a bunch of CDs or albums, back to back to back, and she had a lot of number ones back to back to back. Also, um, her second album was Emotions, came out in 1991, and it had the songs Emotions, obviously, and Make It Happen, and uh, um, oh jeez, Make It Happen, Can't Let Go. There's a lot. And I listened to it. This is how much I loved her. I listened to it every day, and I learned all the lyrics. Now, if I heard the song like now, I could tell you what it was. But if you asked me the lyrics, I'd probably forget a few. But I know the general vibe of the song. Um, so, okay. Then in 1992, there was a series on MTV called Unplugged where everybody either did acoustic or a cappella. And in her case, it was mostly a cappella with a little bit of accompaniment but not like a studio album at all. So it really showcased her vocal range and what they consider now whistle notes. Um, and like I said before in another video, um, she covered the song "I'll Be There" from Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 with Trey Lorenz and made it a duet. And now, subsequently, other people have made it a duet as well. And you see a lot of people do that. I mean, Lionel Richie took his song "Endless Love," although I think it was already a duet with Diana Ross, and covered it again with Shania Twain. So the idea of making something a single that was made for a solo artist into a duet is not new idea. But the thing is that you have to cover it well, or people are gonna recognize it and see that it's not as good as the original. So you either want to do as good or better than the original. So, okay. 1993 came Music Box and Dream Lover and let's see. There was Dream Lover, there was Can't Let Go was weird because I don't really remember what year it was. But I just remember the videos. And there was no Fantasy came later. I just remember a lot of songs by the videos, and she did a song called Hero, which she was gonna give away to somebody, but then she kept it. And then she did a song of Without You, first done by Harry Nilsson, and she covered it as well, but she took it in a completely different way. So yeah, she was the queen of that. And then 1994 came her Christmas album, Merry Christmas, and spawned the hit single, which everyone still knows, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And she's now known as the Queen of Christmas. And that song always charts, usually number one, or number one, number two, every holiday season for the last 20 something years. From 1994 to 2014, 27 years, 28 years. So for the last 28 years, that song has charted on the holiday charts. That's pretty impressive. 1995 came Daydream and Fantasy and all that things, and she had a tour where she had Fantasy live in New York City. I had all the videotapes. Like every time she would have a concert, I get the video. This is back in the day of videotape. Now you get DVDs. But yeah, so I mean, just that right there shows you how many albums she's had and how many number ones. She had so many number ones that at one time she tied the Beatles. Then she passed the Beatles. The Beatles, the biggest group in the 60s, and she tied them and then passed them. That's huge. Okay, that's my video for her. If she ever sees this, thank you for all the music you've ever written, and thanks for all the concerts. I am a huge fan, and just thank you so much.